Have you ever thought to yourself, how in the world did this player win an MVP? Look no further than 1944. That year, the National League MVP was none other than Marty Marion. If you are like me, you are probably saying, who? And you would be correct in your assessment. He led the league in absolutely zero batting statistics. If you think he was close, you'd be wrong. Bill Nicholson had 66 more runs, 27 more home runs, and 59 more RBIs. Stan Musial had 62 more hits, a better on-base percentage, slugging percentage, and OPS by a wide margin. And to top it off, he had half the WAR Musial did at the end of the season. Dixie Walker had nearly 100 points higher batting average. Heck, you could even make a case for Bucky Walters, who had 23 wins that season with a 2.40 ERA. Pretty comical, but he also had 6 less home runs and 50 less RBIs, even though he was a pitcher. If you compare him to the top 4 vote getters that season, he finishes last in every single offensive category. When voters were asked why they voted for him, they simply stated leadership and defense. Food for thought, the only defensive category he led the league in that season was fielding percentage. For me personally, the MVP winner should be someone who dominates, leads the league, or is in the top 3 in several major offensive categories. Defense is great, but for me it's an afterthought. How many times has defense been the sole reason someone won an MVP award aside from 1944? If that was the case, you can imagine how many MVP awards Brooks Robinson and Ozzie Smith would have. Even though defense at the time was valued more than it is today when it comes to voting, other great defensive players who won the MVP award in 1931, 1934, 1950, and 1960 at least led the league in one offensive category, or at least made it close. For anyone making the argument that his team won the World Series that year, let's not forget Stan Musial was on that same team. So what do you think? Did Marty Marion deserve the MVP award, or do you think it should have gone to someone else? And if so, who would you choose? Want more baseball content? Hit that like and follow button.